Hello, welcome to another episode of the Weekly Feedback. I'm your host, Caveman PRDR, and today we're going to be going over some updates to the game as well as some concerns that have been brought upon by the community. I know there was one guy in particular who had, and I think this was immediately the only case at the time, that someone had encountered a bug where their first character they created was deleted. And they basically had to get Bungie to look into it, and Bungie pretty much confirmed that that was something that had happened. And at first, people were pretty much saying that that was the only case, and then I think here yesterday, this happened earlier this week, and then yesterday there was more players, or per Destiny tracker on Twitter, update more players are reporting that their character had been deleted in Destiny 2 to a bug, and I guess it's from Master CJ117 posting on Reddit. I don't use Reddit ever. Thought I'd post here after a friend shared this post with me. Figured I'd try again. Copied everything below from my original comment, responding to Hippie and others that I posted the link above. Also made a new Warlock since it's been a while, and my high stat armor exotics had on the original are all gone. Similar thing happened to my Warlock when the Dawning started. Logged on the first day of Dawning and my Warlock was just gone. Okay, so it actually occurred during the Dawning. A friend had his Hunter disappear when changing the characters maybe a week later. He closed the game and it came back. I wasn't so lucky. Nobody had access to my account system, and maybe it was just the night before. Maybe 12 hours between where I'd seen my Warlock and losing it. The only real evidence I have on this page I'm linking, you can see I had 839 plus hours on a deleted character, and 32 hours on the current Warlock. So, I guess they had screenshots of the existing character. So, I think this is happening on a super minuscule basis. I'm talking like single-digit people this is happening to, maybe, possibly double-digit people. And maybe only like 2 people have come out and actually spoken out about it. But this is something that is occurring. At first we thought it was just one case, now we've seen at least a second person confirming that is happening to them. And that sucks. Like, I'm not going to talk about my hours and flexing the amount of hours I have, because it's not something I believe is a flex. But I have over 3,000 hours in Destiny, or in Destiny 2 specifically. And I've put a ton of time in between 3 characters ever since the end of Shadowkeep. I would be pretty upset if I lost progress on any of my characters, because I've gotten to the point where all 3 of my characters are in-game build ready. So if I lost anything due to a bug, I would be pretty upset. So hopefully Bungie can figure out what's going on with that. Maybe it's something related to the Dawning, maybe it's not related to the Dawning at all. But hopefully they figure out what's going on with that for those people, because that is something that really sucks. I've put a lot of time and effort into all of my characters. Even the Hunter that I didn't start playing until the end of Shadowkeep. I've poured a ton of hours into this character. And right now I'm actually using what is probably one of my favorite in-game solo PvE builds. Not that I do a ton of solo in-game activity, but I'm not like a GM solo grinder or anything. I'm considering myself more of a PvP guy to begin with, but it's nice to have a build to just pull out for activities that I want to do, stuff like that in. But anyway, the effort that I've put into making the builds for these characters, I'd hate to lose any of them. Even this one that I haven't had as much time into as the other ones, I'd hate to lose them. So hopefully Bungie figures out what's going on there. And yeah, that's going to be it for that much. I do want to talk about a couple of other things, mainly updates to the game now. Hotfix 6.3.0.3 was one that occurred earlier this week. Some notable quick changes to activities that they had included some changes for Heist Battleground, Strikes, Gambit, Crucible, Dungeons, and then some armors, weapons abilities, bounties, vendors in general. So some of the notable things that were changed included the game modes in comp, where they reduced the round score limit in Showdown to 10 from 15. So if you hit the 10 kills without the enemies reviving their teammates, you win the round. And they adjusted the match score limit for 3v3 on Rift and Survival to 3 rounds to win. These make the matches go by quicker, and I think as far as Rift is concerned, I think this is a good change. I'm not entirely sure about the survival change or how it really affects it. Overall, I feel like I'm a big fan of these two changes that have occurred for or these three changes that have occurred for the competitive game modes. It's still lacking on the issue of where it's literally just a neutral cap point that spawns at the beginning of round 5. That needs to be changed, because some of the maps, the tiebreaker spawns in a very lopsided place, and I feel like maybe if it's going to be something like that, if it needs to be a tiebreaker like that, there needs to be some sort of cap delay on it. But that's just my opinion. We'll go over some more things. Adjust the quitter penalty system to be more lenient before triggering the quitter warning message and suspension timer for quick play. There was an issue with the game history in the API where Iron Banner matches were not being recorded on places like Destiny Tracker. One major thing for the Spire of the Watcher dungeon, there was an issue that was allowing Warlock, that was allowing Shadebinder Warlocks to activate the arc nodes with the repulse attack, not the ice bolt shooting attack, but the repulse ice attack. It was allowing to hit the arc nodes without the line of sight on them while you had the arctrician buff. This was actually something that I was a fan. This was a bug that I was a fan of, and hate to see it go, but it's understood. So a couple of other notable things from me: Unstoppable Hand Cannon perk activates much more quickly. It had a pretty big delay on it before, so this is a good change. Unstoppable Hand Cannon is more quick to react now. Let's see if there are other things that I am not immediately... Oh, there was one thing that Cool Guy had mentioned. Fixed an issue where kill clip wasn't correctly being refreshed when already active. You had to get the kill with kill clip. You weapon swap, and then you weapon swap back, and then you quickly reload with kill clip to kind of extend that timer that you needed for a kill clip. And now kill clip has actually been reworked to where you can refresh it upon the kill after a slight damage nerf. So it should be getting refreshed correctly now. Another notable thing, Revision Zero's kind of sniper scout rifle mode was not giving a consistent weapon glint whenever you were doing the 2-burst, but it should now. Fixed an issue where Jade Rabbit's exotic perk applied its damage buff to all outgoing damage. So that explains why Jade Rabbit was nerfed a few weeks ago. Or not nerfed, but it was... not nerfed. Pretty sure it was temporarily disabled a few weeks ago, and I think Astrocross just did a video on this. I haven't looked into it myself. But as far as I'm aware, I think... as far as 6.3.0.3 goes, I personally do not have anything else of note to talk about there. So we have the first one for 2023. Some dates. They announced that Grandmaster Night falls January 17th. So that's this upcoming reset. The next Iron Banner is going to be starting at January 31st. And the final week of Season 19 is February 21st. And that will be the week after is where we will start Livefall. So they're doing some major changes to GM updates, decreasing power level needed to enter Grandmasters by 25 to 15 to 80. This allows people to allow an easier access for people to get inside the Grandmaster. They decrease the overall power level of the Grandmaster activities by 10 to 1620, which is a good change. The current power level difference of negative 25 is still in effect. So, in my opinion, this is a very good change. I know I just hit 1600 on all three of my characters. So, in my opinion, this is a good change. This lowers the bar needed for people to get into Grandmasters to begin with. I really like this change. More people can participate now if they're not quite ready and they're not quite grinding like I am. I think they're actually going to be This means you can enter 1580, but enemies will be 40 at power level above you. You can use artifact and or pinnacle drops to increase effectiveness up to 1595, where you reach maximum effectiveness. We'll have more information on further changes to Grandmaster Nightfalls, and other higher difficulty modes coming soon. So in other words, they're going to be doing even more changes soon. Now we'll talk about Iron Banner. They are basically going to give us increasing amount of Iron Banner rank you get at the end of matches, doubling multipliers you get from wearing Iron Banner gear, multipliers from completing challenges, and significantly increasing the multiplier when you wear an emblem, decrease the number of games needed to earn a rank reset by around 40% and make it worthwhile to play earlier in the week. And starting next season, Iron Banner will be available 3 times a season instead of 2 like they had changed it to. I think this is a good change. Now they're going to be focusing on the mods. Now, as of, I believe, Tuesday, all of the mods, all of the standard armor mods became available to people. The only exceptions that were not available to us now were the raid exclusive mods and the seasonal artifact mods. All the other mods are in the game now, and they should be accessible to everyone for free, as far as I'm aware. I think I had all the mods. I may be wrong. It's likely that I'm wrong, and I just don't know it. But everyone should have mods now. And then here they talk about focusing umbrals for weapons. So they're decreasing focused costs, which includes for legendary shards, for Trials of Osiris gear, Iron Banner, Crucible, and Gambit gear will be reduced to 25 legendary shards. Adept will be reduced to 50, down from 250, which is pretty nuts. Glimmer costs for all regular ritual weapons have been reduced to 5,000, down from 10. I think these are very good changes. I know I stay low on materials in general, so I think this is an excellent change. And as far as the TWAB, that's really all I wanted to talk about. So, yeah, as far as the week in review, this has been episode 6 of the weekly feedback. If y'all have any questions or comments about some of the topics that we've covered today, let me know down in the comments, and thank you and have a good day.